Okay, as you know, I made that video about should we talk about Justin Trudeau's breakup, and you guys roasted me in the comments. Is it time to talk about Trudeau and his wife separating? So let's share the comments. Let's see why we need to talk about Justin Trudeau's breakup and how it affects, or how it could affect Canada, and how it could affect the way that Justin continues with his power surge, or whatever you want to call it, because it's definitely not ruling by favourable people of the country, is it? It's more dictatorship than anything that we've ever seen in Canada before. Let's have a look. Sunil.
The biggest concern for most Canadians right now is getting rid of Trudeau as PM.
Yeah, that was the whole premise of the video, to be honest. It was to say that, you know, is this a diversion? And in a way, I think you guys have just, you know, proved that, yeah, it is a diversion, but a diversion for the wrong thing. Well, you'll see in some of the comments.
Anyone that would curl up with that snake for 18 years is just as demented as him. The only reason I'm sad it's over is because they were definitely making each other miserable behind closed doors.
That's from Deadhouse. Yeah, they probably were, but from what was saying about what Trudeau did during the Freedom Convoy and, you know, freezing bank accounts, why not have a little bit of misery go back to him? You know, this is the underlying thing. I've watched a few other videos as well and listened to a few more comments on the radio and stuff, and people are saying, look, he made Canadians' life a misery during the lockdown and during everything else that went on with that. People's marriages have split up because of the mandates, right? And so why should we have sympathy for him? And, you know, I'm on this channel, we don't just stick to, well, I don't just stick to a point and say, no, this is how it should be. I can be persuaded either way. And you know what? I think the video I made, it was probably wrong. I think maybe, yeah, we need to talk about it and use it as a weapon, or use it as a way to, you know, at least highlight the facts that he screwed everybody else's lives up. So now let's just sit back and, you know, enjoy his life being screwed up. Michael says,
we need to talk about whether or not it's a preamble to a new election, and also the separation of her and inability to compel her to testify to his crimes.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of Clyde do something, and one of his videos was definitely talking about how she now doesn't have to testify or show different talk about how much she got paid for the we talks, and, you know, it sort of puts her out of the loop a little bit, which is, if it comes down to the fact that Trudeau ever gets tried or, you know, goes to court for any of these things that he's been doing, especially like the freezing bank accounts, an interference trial as well, or an interference looking into with China and everything. We've not even finished all that yet. So we got to go that route. Frank says,
look at the disclosure agreement in the eyes of Canadian law. A PM's wife has to disclose her income by law. Her separation agreement makes her finances exempt from the public knowledge. This is a way to escape the Ethics Commission. Dry those sympathetic eyes. Sorry, Frank. I didn't mean to upset you.
Anyway, yeah, great point, Frank. Absolutely, that's the nail on the head. This disclosure agreement thing, she doesn't have to bring anything into public knowledge. And yeah, I think that's probably the number one thing we'll take away from this, is that we need to be looking closer into that. I think that's what Clyde was talking about as well. Norm says,
looking like this whole shenanigan is about the personal, individual, family fortune and well-being. No, selfishness rules the day.
Again, you know, we're talking about the money that she could squander on the side. And let's just finish off with Brian, who's always got something great to say.
I do agree to a point.
Yeah, you know, interrupting into people's family affairs is a little bit of a thing, but I'm learning. You know, you guys are pointing me in the right direction, and I do think that, you know, maybe we do need to say something about this, or at least push the agenda as to why it's happened now. And what other people were saying is the fact that this is all being done on his social media things. So the posting on social media, the posting on Instagram, the posting everywhere, they're all over the news, and then she's turning around saying, "Oh, can we have our privacy?" Like, you just posted it everywhere. You know, nobody needs to know that you split up. No, you could just, if you're going on holiday together and everything, nobody would know unless you posted it. So you're making it. This is what I'm picking up now. You're making it everybody's thing, everybody's issue.
With most Prime Ministers, yes, this is a personal matter, divorce, etc. But in Trudeau's case, it's a little different. This guy interfered in the personal lives of Canadians. The lockdowns, where people couldn't see their loved ones that were in elderly homes or hospices. Indeed, many elderly were left to die by themselves, for God's sake, surrounded by strangers with masks on. If that's not personal, I don't know what is. On top of that, this guy acts like a rock star, putting himself out there where he seems fit, not where he's supposed to be. Not where he's supposed to, like talking to the truckers convoy instead. He runs and hides, still does to this day.
Yeah, why didn't he come out to speak to the truckers? He'll go out and walk in a parade in PEI, but he won't come out and talk to truckers. To this day, I still don't know why. I really don't. I'd still like, what the heck? Anyway.
It still does to this day. If all that's not good enough, he and his wife decided to post their breakup, up on social media. When they did that, they themselves made it public, not us, the Canadian people.
Yep, Brian's had the last word. I agree. Okay, so we might dig deeper into this. Let's see what's going on. Until next time, guys.